Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Um, just waiting for everything to turn on. Um, it's updating on my phone and stuff, so hope everybody's doing okay. If you're watching this back, welcome. Um, we're going to be painting the Last of Greece. Got my drink over here. Okay, the sound is good. Just pop in and say hello whenever you join in, if you join, or if you're watching this back and you have any questions or comments or suggestions for future live streams as far as how to um, lay them out, set them up, anything that you would prefer, maybe just let me know. I'll do my best to accommodate. So, I always like to start with a quick recap. There isn't much because I don't really think I touched this a lot since the last live stream. Well, actually, that's not true. Since the last Patreon live stream, I have made some updates. I don't think I had any detail on here. So as you can see, this is how far I've gotten. The sky outside is doing weird things, so shadows are all over the place. But hopefully you can see this okay. Um, So I added very few details here. I don't know on my screen. I'm kind of looking at it on the side. I don't know if it looks very clear, but I'm going to try to show it off closer. Maybe it's a little blurry. I'm hoping it's clear, but I've added just a little bit of detail here in the water. I've added some shadows where you can kind of see the side of this cupola here is in the shadows, where this one is brighter. I think I might make this section slightly more in the shade just because I wanted the sun to be really coming from over here. And then I will add detail at the very end. Like I was just gonna make the water glisten a little more over here. Um, I'll probably do that with white paint. I don't know where the white paint is right now, so I'm not gonna make myself do this, but I'll probably do this with gel pen. I usually use my white gel pen for highlights and things. And then here I added a bit of detail. I don't know if it's clear enough to see, but I did a little bit of stippling kind of to make it feel like it's a rougher texture, like it's not super, super smooth. Um, I just love this broken one here. I love the story. I don't know. I just really like how it turned out. So these are the few details I added. And then on the flip side, I did do some of the line art. The flag still looks really weird to me. I'm not really sure why, but it does look off. But I did add some detail on here. It isn't done, but I added kind of a night evening sky where it's starting to get dark. The lights have come on. I really like how these look. Little orb, um, just a little bit of light there. It's kind of different for me. I don't usually paint night. I think the only other time I've painted like an evening look or nighttime was when I did Paris, that little street cafe scene. So here I added some lighting. I try to make it look like some of the light is coming from this building here. Don't know, some kind of establishment because this is their chairs, their tables. I mean, I was gonna put the chairs upside down. You know how they do at the end of the day, restaurants and stuff. But instead, I rather it feel like they just took the chairs, maybe inside, maybe there's more people and they just brought the chairs in. So I just need a little bit of detail here, not too much. And then I think I want to warm up some of this. It feels cooler in tone than I'd want. So I want like this cobblestone section. I don't think I want it to be white or gray. I think I want to make it more on the creamy side, like almost like this creamy brownish color, like right here. So that's the only thing that I really want to do here. And then these little ones will be snippets. I might start with this today. I'd like to finish this page. I'd like to do this whole page today, and then probably depending on time after that, I'll see how I feel whether I want to add these two or if I'm just going to do the windmills. But I really want to attempt this Mykonos view. I have all the references on my phone. And hello, I missed you coming in. Hi, friend. Sorry, I I'll have to probably go back and forth with my phone and take a look at some of this other stuff to see what I'm painting. But I think I'm gonna start with drawing and sketching some of what I have here, and then I will do line art. How are you? I hope bedtime was not too harsh. You made it through okay. Okay, so I want ancient Greece. I want Parthenon, so I just want to do like a section of the Parthenon. I'm not going to try and do the whole thing. I'm going to choose one of these images. I have painted this before. I actually have painted this multiple times before. But, you know, it is what it is. So I'm just going to do maybe a section. Maybe I'm going to do just a section of it. So fairly easy, just rolling in the heat. No. It's warm again. Gosh, your temperatures have been all over the place this last few weeks. Is it all over the UK like that? Has it been more just Northern Ireland? I feel like everyone has had something or other to say about the weather being out of whack. I think what I need to come up with too. Maybe I'll try to think that up for next time. But I want to try and put some background music. I think it was gray and rainy yesterday. Oh yeah, just cold. Not cold, just hot. But wasn't it cold like a week ago, 2 weeks ago? It got really cold. There was that one day you were walking to work and you said it was cold and you forgot your sweater, your jumper. I think it does it here when it's about to switch, when the seasons are about to change. It's the hardest, most frustrating time in Texas because it doesn't know what it wants. So it's like one day it's really hot, one day it's really cold. Um, and I'm like, oh my God, just pick a season. Just pick a season and leave us be. And it's really challenging when that happens. Alright, so these is, I remember drawing these for school. I wish I could zoom in. Like, I feel like I'm either gonna put my head right in there and then you'll see the top of my head, but I really want to be able to see this up close. And I remember my professor teaching us this is all just in layers. As long as you can grasp how many layers there are, you'll get a good sense of when you're replicating it, when you're sketching it, especially when you're sketching it up really quick. You don't need it to be super perfect or accurate. And that's always my issue. I'm always trying to be too precise and have just too many things. So I'm gonna try to keep it loose this time. But I love drawing architecture, especially ruins. I feel like it's so enjoyable painting these, drawing these. Gonna do a few kind of stormy days, so super hot and humid, muggy. Oh, it's definitely hot and muggy here, like for sure. Ah, I probably should have taken water. This is gonna make me burp a lot. Oh wow. It's too late now. It's done. I'm here now. Alright, so I think this one will be the only column that I'm gonna make kind of a little bit detailed, and then the rest of them can be a lot looser. And I want to make sure that I incorporate like pieces of this is broken. So some of these things are no longer there. Um, some of this corner is gone. There's like a little tiny piece of that part of the temple that used to be the roof. There's another tiny piece back there. It's broken. It's kind of like at an angle like that. Then it has little, I don't know, this little jut out thing. There's another jut out thing. And then it's a bunch of carvings right here. Some columns were missing, but I'm impressed that there are so many columns still up, like standing. It's crazy when I think how old these are. Oh yeah, the the guy knew, he knew his architectural drawings, and he was like, if you're gonna be in this field, you're probably a perfectionist. You're gonna want everything to be just so. You're gonna want to use a ruler. A lot of times, you don't have to. He was just like, hey, just get the basic shape, and then start drawing your columns, and you're gonna feel like you're gonna start feeling like your drawing is coming alive so much faster when you start laying them out than when you're bugging yourself down with detail, which is, it's hard not to. Even now I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna have enough space because I'm supposed to have 8 columns and I'm only gonna have 7, and my brain is upset already. So I'm gonna have to find a cool way to make that 8th one appear somewhere out of thin air. I will survive. It is fine. It is fine. It is okay. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Boom. We'll make that one number 8, and we'll do, this is in front of this. It'll be all right. I'll make it. I'll make it. All right, so I can't really see what's up here. So I'm just gonna do like broken pieces. And once I have like paint on this, it'll be a lot easier to make depth visible. But I just want to have some of the shapes at least. And then we can move to something different. This one is the longer one, so it goes all the way back there. I'm gonna make it really, really long. But I think at the back of it, I'm gonna leave it like barely completed, almost like an incomplete image. So we'll throw some of the columns, and then we'll just make lines for the rest of it. And it will just be lines and shadows. They'll be all right. Every once in a while, there are bits of this roof that were here that stick out, but pretty much everything else is in ruins. And then some of these columns, I think that's a cool thing that I'm going to try to replicate. Some of the columns have like, they're partially those, whatever makes these lines here, these carvings, not carvings, I don't know what to call them. Some of that has fallen off on some of them, so you can just see like the paint has chipped off and the inner plaster piece is what's showing. So I don't think I've ever noticed that before, but it'll be good to take a look at that. I'm trying to make that show with color. Shadows. It's going to be a game of shadows and light, and it's going to be fun. And there are teeny tiny people in front. I feel like I should put like a figure, at least one figure, just to show like how small people are next to this. He's even shorter than this. He's like, doesn't even make it to the top of that, to the base of the column. You said you've been to Greece, right, Nola? I'm gonna put it like that. And the rest of this, I can't see in my reference, so I'll just do a wall that's been destroyed. Ta-da! It's looking like something. Okay, this Zakynthos, I might have to move it. I might have to move it over here because I think I'm gonna move it here because of how much space I have. I have very little space on that side. So I think I'm gonna use that space for something else, maybe something small over here. I need a big eraser. Where did I put it? Down here. Yeah, because I'm always trying to balance within the page. I try to have a visual balance of shapes and colors, and I think it just looks more pleasing to look at. Chersonesos. Ooh, I don't think I've heard of that either. Do you know whereabouts on the island it is? Like not on the island, but on the in the country. It's the islandy parts. One of the many islands, or more like mainland. So we're gonna move Zakynthos over there because I'm a little bit obsessed with Zakynthos. I feel like every time I think of Greece, that's the first thing that I see in my head. It's that. But there is more to Greece. All right, I'm gonna just save some of these. Just for now. I can go find something else. The thing is, I already have so many of these references, but they're on my phone and I'm using my phone to read comments. So I need to figure out a better way to do that. Okay. So I think I'm going to do a huge plate of Greek food, like maybe like a Greek salad or something. Like, yeah, tomatoes, peppers, fruit. It looks like olives, black olives, onions. Yeah, I'm gonna draw that here. It looks delicious. Actually, it looks really refreshing. So on this reference, it just says traditional Greek food, but I don't know if it is actually traditional or if it's what somebody thinks is traditional. Sometimes I feel like I need to go to like their own website, like greece.com or something, and see what they have there. Because they'll, on their own website, they wouldn't put something from what another country thinks is their food. They would put like their actual food. That's always my thinking anyway. But I don't know who designs these websites. It could be anybody. It could be somebody who's not even Greek, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's trustworthy. But that plate looks good. So it's like I'm gonna try not to make it as big as I did the Turkish plate of food because that took me forever to draw because I was trying to be super detailed. And I had made the plate so big I needed a lot of stuff. So this is almost like one of those bowl type plates, almost a bowl. It's like a wide bowl. And there's a little bowl of olive oil right next. Let's see. I'll go back. I'll be back on this page later. Yeah, it's one of those little bottles. This is gonna be hard to do. That perspective is really strange. It's like I almost have to do it like I'm above it a little bit. Let's see. All right. Try to make it a little smaller, maybe. Is it smaller or bigger? I don't know. It's kind of narrow. Um. mm, Sorry, 1 second. Right, let me check something. My babysitter is saying her money didn't go through, but I know I definitely sent it, so now I'm scared. Sent it to the wrong person. I hope not. Let me check. Um, no, I definitely didn't send it. How did I not send it? Okay, I'll send it after. As long as it didn't go to the wrong person, I'm good. Ah, there's always something is in there. Always panics. Panic moments always happen while I'm live. I was here waiting for about like an hour and change, and I was waiting for my husband to get home with groceries so I can help empty the car. And she was going to hang out and stick around for a bit, but then she needed to go pick up her cousin, my other niece, from somewhere. And so she headed out and she was like, "Hey, did you send me the money?" I was like, "Wait, I did send it. Oh no." No, turns out I didn't. Typical. Typical. All right, so here I'm gonna make this go a little longer because in order for it to look like I am above or slightly above, I have to maybe make this part just, I don't know, make it like it's in the middle of something. This is what I was talking about, perfectionism. I don't have to make it this way. I can't help. I can't help but always fight my own instincts to do it this way, do this, add this, it should be this way, and this doesn't look right. It's like, no, it's fine. Everyone will know what it is. Everyone will know what it is when they see it. They'll know exactly what it is. And you just stop freaking out. Yeah, and I think once I draw the oil in there, it'll be obvious that it's right, it's an angle. There you go. And then it's out there. Cool. That's close enough. It's a little longer though. Okay, that will work. All right, so the plate is full. It takes my mom and I was wrong. So that, oh, Crete, yes, the island of Crete, the big island. One of my best friends, well, she was my best friend growing up when I was in Germany. She's my first friend, I guess. She uh, she went there, like I don't know when that was, maybe it must have been at least 10 years ago. It was a while back, but she went there and She did like a whole photo shoot and it's on Facebook. And I told her way back when, I remember I was like, I need to paint this. These are gorgeous. And I need to go to Greece. Like, I need to go to Greece one day. This is magical. And yeah, I remember looking at all the references. Like, she would go to these little areas. It's like almost a cave, but you can see through the walls and then, or I guess the side of the rock, and you can see through to the water. Just beautiful. Everything there is beautiful. As inspiration for this collection, I thought I need to find another movie to watch. So I played this in my office thinking, it definitely is going to show views of Greece and of the water, and it's going to be so inspiring. And so I watched Mamma Mia here in my studio. I watched both movies, and I realized they don't really show much. They have like the docks here and there. They have a little bit, like some views, and but most of it is the set. I guess the set for where the little hotel slash house is. Um, so I was bummed out. I was like, wow, I don't remember it being like this. Why do I remember it showing Grease more? I thought it showed Grease more, but now I think it wasn't Mamiya. I think it was the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants too. I think that's the one where Rory goes to Greece, right? 71 I went. Oh, just a baby. Super hot. No, sunstrokes. That's happened to me. Oh no. Oh, that sucks that that happened. I hope you get a chance to go again. Um, no, I am literally like itching to go. I hope I go one day. I think it'll be amazing to take the boys to see different parts of the world. I can't wait to take them abroad on trips and things that they've places they haven't been, places they've only heard about or seen in movies and things. I feel like it would be so cool for them to experience being in these rooms and walking these streets that they're like, oh, this was in such and such movie, and yeah, it would be really cool. I can go. I will make sure my niece is not like um stranded somewhere. She should be. Alright, let me try this again because I tried to send this and I don't think it went through. Um, 1 second. Oh, that's fine. Makes sense. It was waiting for my code. It was still like, oh, you didn't finish what you were doing. My bad. Alright, now it went. Okay, sorry. Alrighty, it's gone now. Okay. Um, let's see. Ooh. But one thing you did is watching Mamma Mia 1 and 2. Now the songs are stuck in my head. They've been stuck in my head for like 3 weeks. Um, I bought that up myself. What do I get? It's really warm. I'm gonna turn on the fan here. Oh, I have to close the door because when the boys start playing, they get loud. So, mm. Okay, I'm gonna start with a really, really thin pen. Okay, it is 2 o'clock. 30 minutes is too long for what I was doing. So I'm gonna try to get myself together and move this a little bit faster. Because if I really want to do 2 pages more, um, I'm gonna need to move. Apparently, we stayed in a hotel in Goshen. Um, your mom has the best memory. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. You said you were 17. Was it the whole family? The whole family trip? That's cool. My mom remembers everything. She's like nearly to her 80s and she still remembers all the things. It's crazy. But yeah, it's cool. Wicked memory. Every time I say wicked now, I'm gonna laugh because what you told me. Uh, all right, let me think. What should I talk about? This is always weird. I always feel like I should have had music in the background, but I was worried that my if I try to play music on my laptop because I've also plugged my microphone to my laptop. I was just worried that it would crash and the sound wouldn't come through. So I decided against it. And until I can figure out how to play Epidemic Sound on my TV back there, I don't want to risk playing something that's not approved by YouTube. Then again, these videos are not getting published for everybody, so it's not like it matters, I don't think. But I just don't want to risk like anything getting blocked, so I'm always weary about that stuff. Yeah, yeah, I was reading a lot, reading up a lot on Greece, and I'm actually really excited to paint this one area that I never knew anything about. Like I only think about the ocean and all the beautiful beaches and all the islands when I think of Greece or like ancient Greece, but I never knew that there's all these other areas that have like so many high mountain range type locations where there's like um, monasteries and abbeys and stuff that are like way up in mountains, super high. I think in one of my live streams I was saying some of the reference photos reminded me of uh, the Last Airbender, the Avatar, the Nickelodeon cartoon, how the Northern Air Temple looks, except it's upside down, but it's like way up high in mountains, basically. It's how it looked on some of these reference photos. And I was like, oh, this is epic though. This is so impressive. How do you build up there? I swear, these ancient civilizations, we have so much to learn from them. Just to think all the things that they made and built that are still standing is incredible to me. It's incredible. Like ingenious. But yeah, I think seeing these in person would be so amazing. To me, it would be like, I have made it to the real world. Because I feel like sometimes I live in a dream world when you stay in one place too long. At least that's how I feel. When I stay in one place too long, I start to forget that there's a world outside of this place. So, oh yeah, 17. Jeez Louise. Yeah, my mom sometimes says stuff. It's like, oh yeah, you were like 4 or 5. I'm like, what? How do you remember this? I can't remember last week. Like, how do you remember this stuff, man? Like, help a sister out. Memory is amazing. I think this is probably why I'm obsessed with like capturing memories and remembering things and documenting everything. I don't want to forget. There's so much that happens. So much of that is like I don't always get to capture it, but if I can remember something through a picture or a video, sadly nobody makes home videos anymore. We just have these little clips we take on our phone and then they just stay on my phone forever. I never revisit them until my phone reminds me, hey, check out what you were doing last year at this time or 5 years ago. And I see pictures of my kids when they were babies. I see, and the funny thing is, I'm always like, oh my gosh, this is back when I was trying to learn how to do this for my business, or I was like struggling to keep it open, close it, give up, don't give up. And then I made small best friends and turned everything around. Yeah, it's really strange. Other than that, I don't know if I'd have like anything to remember, you know? But I love being able to have that as part of my story. It's so important to me. Like this one is all whatever is, I don't know what that is on this reference. It's all these broken down things here. And then there's like a little teeny section of that roof piece. That was broken. Yeah. I just love it. I love getting to draw this. And I'm just going to put a little guy right here. It's a tourist. We're going to give him a hat. And we'll put like a camera on his chest. Very touristy. And I'm just going to make him stand right here. He's looking down because he has an old school camera and he's trying to change the film. That's the story. You can't tell that it's a camera, but we know it's a camera because I told the story that it's a camera. Oh yeah, this looks great. I'm really happy with this. Alright, there's some of that discoloration I was talking about on this column. There's a little bit on that column as well. Nice. And then, all right, this guy will do, it'll be slightly off of where I've actually drawn it. But I'm going to use it as a reference point for where I'm drawing the rest of the bottle. Cool. And then this is on the inside. I'll get dotted. And I'll do the handle. I can smell the lasagna. I'm having lasagna today. It smells amazing. It should be done about the time that I'm done with this live stream. So I asked Lavelle to put it in the oven for me because I will be up here. And I'm glad he didn't forget because I can smell it now. It's like, oh, that smells good. Those two. And oh yeah. Probably spoke with my brother-in-law, took some photos to the tours he went on. It was so amazing. Yeah, now I feel like I really need to find that movie again. I need to find the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants because when Alexis Bledell's character, when she goes to Greece, I feel like she goes to Zakynthos because one of those images she's on a boat going to this shipwreck area, and I'm pretty sure that that's what it is. And I wonder if that's where my obsession with it started from just watching that movie and the images, how they portrayed it there. I bet you that's what it was. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it was. All right, we've got some lettuce. I'm gonna try to spread it around the. Let's just start from the middle. Olive. And do some stuff in between. Just like pepper. peppers. And I don't know what these orangey things, they're probably some kind of fruit. There's tomatoes. There's onions. How do I drop onions? I'm just gonna do the rings. You'll get it when you see it. Also, when I put color, I'm always worried about putting detail with pen, but I'm like, I'm about to put color on this. It'll make more sense when the color is there. I don't have to draw everything right now. I just have to do the base. I have to keep reminding myself that that's what I'm doing. Just put the base down. That's all. The rest will come. Oh, yum. He has so many things. Ooh, tomorrow's dinner. Yes, I love lasagna. Also because they have these garlic breads that we found. Oh, man, it's already made, and you just pop them in the oven. Boys love them so much that they don't even save it for us when we make them now. They literally finish it all. So I have to make 2 packs because each boy has two, and they're like this big and they're this thick around, like they're this thick. It's Texas toast, so it's really thick, and it's the loaf like the slice is this big, and they each have two, sometimes three, and the pack only has I think 8 in there, like each 8 per pack. So Duvel and I are always left like, hey, what is this? Oh, I'm done. You can have my crust. No, sir. I don't think so. I'm going to have my own slice of bread. Thank you very much. I don't want your leftovers. I don't know what happened the other day. I don't know who I was talking to. One of my boys. He was doing something. And I was like, I don't want that. And he was like, yeah, you can have it. And I was like, oi. And he's like, huh? I spend too much time with my British friends. And I was like, oi, what is that? They get so confused. And I'm like, yeah, just live with it, dude. It's okay. You'll be all right. Which is the next one? I can't remember when she goes, but oh, it's such a beautiful scene. Like all of those sceneries are just gorgeous. And I think in that movie they show a lot more of the location. And it's probably because they actually went, because some movies they might have footage from the place, but they might have to just replicate the place. It's really in a studio. So maybe that's why they didn't really show a lot of it in Mamma Mia. But yeah, Traveling Pants is such a sweet movie. Um, I feel like I don't remember the second one quite as much, but it's the one that was visually more appealing. Um, had beautiful scenes, beautiful sceneries. So, all right, this is gonna make me hungry. This looks really good. I'm gonna throw a few more things here. Okay, so here's the thinking. Do I paint now and then flip it to do the rest? Or maybe do the rest because if I paint, I'll have to wait to turn the page. It actually dries fairly quickly. Actually, it should dry. I think we paint. We're gonna alternate. We're gonna draw, paint, draw, paint. That way this page can be done. All right, I've got my water. On the opposite side, I've got my drink. So I make sure I'm not drinking paint water. That's always the thing. I clean my palette, which makes me feel very happy. It feels like I feel like a new woman. Okay. First, I am going to complete the olive branch. And actually, yes, olive branch I think is probably, whoop, not this brown, not this green. Need a deeper hunter green, olive green, because I'm gonna make this a lot darker. So I always thought this was the green, like it is always called olive green, but they're so much darker in person. I think I saw, at least I was seeing this last time that when I went to Turkey, it's very similar. There's lots of olive trees there wherever we went. From Izmir, we went to Ephesus and to look at ruins, kind of the same. Um, but the version that, the ones that are in Turkey. And and she was like, "Oh, there's a bunch of olives over there. You can go look." And I was like, "Oh, I don't see." And because I was looking for like this light green, almost a lime version, and no, it's actually a deep hunter green. I was like, "Oh, this is how they look. That's different. I didn't know that that's how they looked." So I thought that was nice. It was a good discovery. Um, but yeah, I I was saying the other day on the last stream, I think I was saying that I was gonna start the next collection. I'm supposed to be starting it basically this coming week. And I still haven't figured out my printer issues. My husband was not able to help me. He wasn't here. I thought he was going to be here, but actually he had an event to go to with his small group, so he wasn't home. And then last night he wasn't feeling well, so he went to bed a little early. I left him be. Um, but I think I'm gonna take the rest of this week. So I would like to get all these paintings done today, which means feel free, come and go, pause, come back if you're watching this back. I might just be here for a while, like a long, long while, and just be drawing and painting and sometimes talking, sometimes not. I'm gonna try to take a break as well in between. So if I hit 3 o'clock and I'm not done, I'll probably take like a 5 minute break. Um, I'm not sure how to do that. Have I ever done that here? I don't know that I have, and I'm not sure if I have a way to pause the stream, but I'll check how to do that over here. I think there's a button somewhere that says I can pause it, but I don't know. If not, I'll just walk away, mute it, and walk away for a few minutes and then come back. Because I'm sure at some point I'll need some more water just from talking for a while and all that. But yeah, so if I can finish all of this, then it frees up my week to start prepping for the next collection. The next collection is gonna be memories of book nooks, or what did I what did I say I was gonna call it? Reading nooks. I might do reading nooks instead of book nooks only because that's what I actually say. I say reading nook or reading corner, but I've already used corner. I don't want to use corner. So I'm gonna say, yeah, can I mute it? Yeah, I'm gonna maybe just mute it and step away and come back. I have to learn how to set up that screen like you had. Um, that did kind of like that. I'll be back shortly thing. I'll see if I can figure that out for next time. For right now, I'm just happy that the stream is working, volume is on. I had so many struggles at the start of this. The more I do them, the easier they get. So, yeah, at least there's that. Alright, while this dries, I need to put more layers of this, but I'm gonna let that dry. I'm gonna do the, I've got some peppers on this. I have some lettuce. The lettuce is a lot lighter, so I'm gonna need to do a very, very, very pale green. Put that one on the side. It's nearly yellow. I don't want it to be too bright, but I don't want it to be super dark either. It's probably too light, but it's fine. So it's almost like the salad is laying on top of all this lettuce, and at least from the picture, it looks like green peppers, red peppers. Is it red peppers? Oh no, those are tomatoes. There's tomatoes. And I don't know what these yellow things are. Are they fruit? Do they ever put tropical fruit in their salads? I did mine through OBS software. Yeah. No, I'm not sure. But the other day, the first time that I did this, the live stream setup, I was in the studio, the YouTube studio setup room, like page, And I saw something on the top right corner that said create what do you call that? Like there's a word for the waiting room thing. Create a waiting screen or something like that. A wait screen. I'm gonna look that up. But yeah, I saw that in passing really quick. But I had like 5 minutes to get started, so I was like, I'm not gonna dive into this right now. I'll try to look it up later. I just forgot to look it up, but it's what it said. So I was like, oh, there's gotta be a way to do this. I mean, YouTube is always adapting and growing and coming up with. I didn't know we could edit videos in the thing for a while. I don't know that we were always able to do this, but I found this out not long ago, like maybe last year, that you can edit in the in the studio editor section. So after the live stream, I can crop stuff, I can add stuff, I can tweak it a little bit. I didn't know I could do that, but I just saw it last week or 2 weeks ago. I was like, oh, what is this? So there's always something. All right, this one's gonna challenge my patience because I'm gonna have to come and go a lot. Um, so I have to let things dry, or else all the colors will be muddled together. So it's gonna try me, and I'm gonna get annoyed, but I'll be fine. I will survive. All right, so I will do the olive oil. Let me see, what does it look like? Oh, this is not the right color. And yellow, more gold. I need to make this more gold. It looks too yellow right now. And then I need it to be very watery, like super, super light. Yeah, I think they added that as a new function. The wait screen thing. So, it's gonna be another layering game. Favorite kind, not. Um, I never have patience for this. Like I'm too excited. I want it to be done. I want to see what it looks like, and it's like it takes time. You gotta build a color. I'm like, no, just show me what you look like. Reveal yourself. Yeah, that's me. Always trying to fight and force things to happen quicker than they need to. And you gotta give it time. Just let it be for a second. So while that happens, I will come focus on this other way. Come focus on the building. With this one, I need a very pale beige, almost grayish brown. Very, very, very pale. And I will have to build on top as well. Wait, that's the wrong color. I don't know. That's not the right color yet. There you go. It's better. Almost looks like it has to look like that aged stone color. So when I add detail, it'll be really nice. And I add shadows and oh, they're back. Guess they've eaten. Can hear the excitement. It's so weird when I can hear him in my ears when I'm listening on my cell phone. I have one earpiece in. Um, oh, thank you. Yes, go ahead. Thank you so much. I will share it in a post when I'm done. Have a good night. I can hear him screaming in my ear, and I'm like, how are you so loud? How do I hear you when my microphone is not supposed to be picking up all these spatial sounds because it's facing me? But I can still hear him. Goodness. I'll update you with audible stuff. Oh, yeah. Thank you. I'll reset. I'll reset Audible. It told me that one didn't go through, I think, because it still had my old address. So I'm trying to figure out how to update my payments to see if it works now. But we'll see. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is another day. We'll see if it worked. All right, this one. I was trying to decide what would be more dramatic for the light. I think the light coming in from this angle would be more dramatic, and then I can make these really dramatic shadows falling that way. Um, I think that would be nice. I'll do it that way instead. And I'll just add shadows on the left side of everything. And make sure that this side is darker than this side. And then I think one more thing that I'll probably do closer to the end is add, oh, that's way too dark. Why did I do that? Is add a little bit of gray undertones. So it looks like at one point it was white and then over time it faded. So some of it faded into gray, grayish brown. Some of it is like the parts that are peeled off are almost white actually. But I'll do the shadows down this way. And I think it'll just separate from the color of the building versus, or the structure. It's not really a building. The color of the structure versus the shadows. Because wherever I use the gray is kind of saying, oh, it's that brown column is in shadow, versus on the opposite side it's just brown or beige, I guess. And then over here it's like this is the parts that are in the dark side, not dark, but like in the shadows. There's not a lot of brightness left, and I think it helps make it already so dramatic, right? I'll move this closer so you can see. I think it's coming along. So I'm gonna probably try to make some of the bottom here, hang on, let me move here. The bottom here darker, right there. But I have to wait for it to dry, so it's like a layer. And then this part here is gonna be super light. Because there's some portion of it that's also in shadow, but not quite as much. So I'll do it like that. I think that'll make it look really nice. But I have to let it dry. So we're gonna go back to our plate. 2:30. Oof, I'm getting hungry as well. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do something for these olives. Alright, I need a deep purple. So I'm gonna grab some of this deep blue, deep purple, and a dark red. And it's gonna give me almost like a really dark purple. But I don't know. Let me see my reference. They look like black, but I know they're not like fully black. So I'm putting in some blues and stuff and seeing what that does. So I don't want them to look too purple because then they look like grapes. But whenever I come back to add a little more detail or a little more depth and another layer of paint, then I'll make it a bit darker as well. But then the purple will kind of show through, so it won't be just a black blob, which is what I'm trying to avoid. Would be good. It's not just a big black thing. That would be cool. Alright, that's good enough. For the bottle, I'm gonna do a very pale, almost like this blue, but really light just for the glass. And I don't want it to be too blue, just a hint. So you can tell that it's inside a glass jar, glass bottle, and very small areas of highlights. Okay, it's very light. It's almost done. Okay, so this part is where I make the olives deeper in tone. So I want them to be deeper than the leaf. These boys, I don't know what they're doing, but they must be having an absolute blast. They're so loud right now. Yeah, you can hear them, because I can hear them through my ears, so it's catching some of the noise. And I think I'll just try and do lighter. I can't make it lighter, but I can do this a little layer the back of these leaves, so they're different in the front. And it's hard to do without bleeding through everywhere. So I might have to just leave this alone for now. And you make it a mess. It will be just in there. Cool. Alright, so while this dries, peppers. Some of these are green peppers, and they are a bit more green, a bit more vibrant, more than the lettuce. So I'll try to make that look that way. And then I have some tomatoes. So I'm gonna need a bright red somewhere, because these are really, really red, these tomatoes. Oh no, I knew I was gonna do that. I put it too close to the green. That always happens. I don't know why I always do this. I don't wait. I have some here, I have one right here. It's kind of underneath, but it's tangled up with these onions. Right? We'll do that and leave that for now, like that. And I'll come back and there's some yellow, and I'll use that same purple for the onions, purple and white. It's just the edge. I'll wait for that to dry some more. I can make the edges of the plate so it's not just like it is a white plate, but whenever I add a teeny tiny bit of gray, it makes it look like it's just a shadow or reflection on the plate. That way it's not so crisp white. Okay, that needs to be left alone again. Going back to my olive oil. And then now the layers that are gonna make it look like oil. This part is a little bit lighter, and then the part that's kind of against the glass is a bit darker. So I just have to blend these in, and then add layer by layer, little by little. I just have to let it dry and come back. Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to do a bit more of these here. This side has some shadows on the left. And very little over here, but definitely deeper, darker here. Still trying to get away with stuff, this little guy. Um, all right, and so this side is kind of also in darker shadow. But I'm gonna try to make it where it's just parts of it, not all of it. Okay, so I've got that. Um, oh, I just muted that for a second. Okay. Okay, this one I'm gonna call done, pretty much done. I'll add very few segments where the shadow hits on the inside here. And but it's pretty much done. Right? There. Love it. Love it. Looks great. Beautiful. So the brownish version of that, and that at the bottom of the glasses. Okay, some of these were these yellow things. I'm not sure what they were, but they're on the plate. They look really good. So I don't know if they're fruit. I don't know what they are, but they look really good. It almost looks like a pineapple. I'm sure it's not, but it looks like a pineapple, like little pineapple pieces. Alright, so that one we will use to make the olives slightly darker. And then I'm gonna take a maybe 5 to 10 minute break. It's just reading through. Should have known. Should have waited. Um, just a short break. I'm gonna go downstairs to get some water, grab a quick snack, run into the restroom, and then I'll be back. So you'll know when I'm back. You'll just see my hands moving. I'll make sure to show my hands on screen so you can fast forward if you're watching this back a few minutes. Oh, my back. I need to stretch my back as well. Um, we're doing great though. I feel like this is amazing progress. I've done 3 new illustrations and finished painting all 4 things, which I think looks good. While I'm here, I'm going to use this brownish gray to do the ground here that I was talking about at the beginning. But I don't want this to be white. I wanted this to be more tan and have a little bit of this brownish color instead of gray. So I'm just going to do this quick. Some of it's over here. And I don't think it really needs much more other than maybe the flowers. I'm going to throw in some darker paints to add to the dimension. Yeah, and these very much remind me of the Turkish house I painted. The more I think about it, the more I feel like that's gonna be my enamel pin. If I do a Turkish enamel pin, it'll probably be that. Um, because I love how that little house, same pinkish flowers and same turquoise doors and windows. And for this one, I'm just gonna add a little bit of shadow to the back door. Okay, it's got a little bit of shadow on the side, like so. And then these should be darker underneath than they are because they are also in shadow. I think I can do that with these doors and windows over here. Just add a little bit of shadow. This one has some already, but there we go. Call this image done. Throw in something. Sign on the wall. And this part maybe is like a fence. Like that. Now they are officially done on this end. So just let that dry. I'm gonna take a break. When I come back, we're going to speed draw the back side of this. I don't want to flip the page all the way because it's still wet. But I'm gonna do all of this, and I'm gonna do the last two that I have over here. I'm gonna start by sketching all of these out. Maybe speed sketch these two, and then we'll paint the whole thing. So probably another hour, and then we could be done. But I am gonna quickly go do something else. And actually, you know what I'm wondering? I'm thinking about this. I'm actually thinking as I talk. Let's do this instead because I'm sure they're all gonna be, when they see me, they're gonna think I'm done and they want to sit with me and chat and catch up. And my husband still wants to go back out to get more things. So potentially, what makes sense is stopping here, saving this. I'm gonna have to rename it because I named it earlier finishing Grease, and I was planning on just sitting through another hour and just knocking this out. But it is almost 3 o'clock, so I feel like if I stay before, then the whole day is gone. So maybe I kind of stop here. I go do family stuff that I need to do, and then later on, I will come back and maybe I just do a full other live stream like this. But that way they're like in two parts, and it maybe is easier to digest if they're in two parts. I don't know. I feel like it would be. This is only an hour and change, and then the last one will probably be also an hour and change. So I don't know. I don't have anybody to ask because it's just me right now. And I'm just debating if that makes sense or not. Or if I just mute, pause, and come back and finish. The struggle, the struggle is real because I still have these onions as well. Let's do a two-part. Let's call it a two-part, then I can fully stretch and actually eat food, not just a snack, and then come back maybe later this evening when I am sure that everybody has had a fill of mommy time, and then I can do that. But these need to be done today. That's my goal. I don't want to work on things on Sunday. I would like to relax on Sunday. So this is what I have. It's my Saturday, so I'll probably do that. So I'm gonna say bye for now. I'm not sure what time I'll be back, but I will do like I did earlier. I'll set everything up. I'll send, um, hey, I'm gonna go live impromptu to finish the last of the paintings. Join if you can, and I'll put up the link and I'll go live. I feel like that would be probably better than pausing and coming back. I'll be stressed about coming back super quick. So, yeah, I hope that makes sense. So, ignore the whole thing about pausing and waiting. This is what we have for today. I feel good about it. I'm pretty proud of it. This is not fully completed, but it will be. Highlights are coming at the very end. But now I look at this page and I am happy. I am happy. I feel like I'm in Greece. So it's a great start. And then here will be all the beaches. There'll be three of them. Zakynthos might end up being a really big one in the end because this was supposed to be my plate, which I moved over there. And I was like, I'm gonna put something else here. I don't know what. And now it's gonna be this. I'm gonna do this whole section will be a big painting of Zakynthos. And then I'll have this and this, the maiden thing. I don't even know if I still need this because I've already got the temple and the temple looks great. I don't know that I need two architectural things. So maybe that's gone too. Maybe this whole thing is just Zakynthos and then this mountain range town. And then Mykonos on the opposite side. And the windmills. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe I just do like a feature of this, not the whole thing. Maybe I make it much smaller. I don't know. There's a lot of maybes. But I feel like this makes more sense because then I can really dive into painting that gorgeous blue water the way I want with the mountain ranges in the back. And I'll have to do this teeny tiny illustration the way that I started. I think I feel good about that. I have no idea how I'm going to fit all of this on a single print. So wish me luck, but I'm going to leave everything the way it is, literally exactly how it looks. And I will try to come back and finish painting later on. Make sure this is dry before I close it up. So thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this back, hopefully you have the next part and you're working alongside me. You're finding something else to do that you're either drawing or painting as well. There's all kinds of paint on here. It's driving me crazy. And yeah, just leave me some comments below what you think so far. What have you enjoyed the most? Which ones are your favorite images or paintings from this series? And I'll catch up with you later on my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.